Well, it's been a long December. Easy to believe. Maybe this year would be better than the last. Hi, everybody. Once there are actually people in here due to the 30-second delay. Yeah. So, World of Warcraft. Yeah, this is gonna be a thing we're doing next year for those who haven't been informed of this or haven't watched my vlogs on it, that Matt and I are going to do an actual Let's Play of the game.
Yep.
Say hi, Matt.
Oh, hey, everybody.
And we are just going to be setting that up with doing a bunch of the starter areas, just to orient people to the races and classes that you can go through on the character creator, which is a lot these days. Since I have never done it before, we are actually going to do either the gnome or the dwarf story. You know what? Flip a coin on it. Do we have a coin? Okay. Heads gnome, tails dwarf. Heads gnome. I've actually never played the starting areas for the gnomes or dwarves, so
This will be an
I
experience.
have no idea what's going to happen.
This will be an experience for both of us.
Given the recent political upheaval in Ironforge, the gnomes have suddenly found themselves unwelcomed guests within the city.
Yes,
Leveraging
unwelcome.
their ingenious technologies and unquenchable spirit for adventure, the gnomes have begun to reevaluate their role within Cosmodan. Under the inventive leadership of High Tinker Gelbin Mekatork, the gnomes now plan a daring campaign against the barbarous Trogs to retake their former capital of Gnomregon. With the odds stacked against them, the gnomes are counting on brave heroes such as you to stand and be counted. Your people's greatest hour draws near.
Yes, their greatest hour. Clearly.
So your character's name is Silent Bomba?
Silent Bomba. I went with the pun. So yeah, my setup's a bit different than you might see because I have game mods, which the game allows, or the Blizzard allows, as long as it doesn't, do cheat gameplays. So I still need to change my setup here because they never remember on
Your
a new
settings.
character the actual settings people like. Never do.
Never do.
Ever do.
They build such a big place, and yet they're such tiny people.
They have robots.
Of course they have robots.
Making sure I've got everything. Okay. And I built my mage as a mage. Name is Nevin Twistwen, so I'm the commander of the Survivor of Assistance Facilitation Expedition, or Safe Zone. I know how you managed to survive the radiation down here, Silent Bomba. Most of the others have fared so well. Have not fared so well. My team is rounding up the survivors, but the radiation-added leopard gnomes are too numerous for us to hold back much longer. They've lost their minds. Still strong enough to wield a weapon or cast a spell. Would you help us clear out some of these leopard gnomes?
So we're killing gnomes that have succumbed to radiation.
Yeah. That whole thing with the with this paragraph spacing, with the taps, that was actually another mod I'm running because it helps with narrative immersion to just read it in pieces as opposed to otherwise. And of course, I named this character Silent Bomba as I'm blowing them up with explosive magic blasts. No need to cast, no need to say, and of course, with World of Warcraft spell casting, you don't need to shout your spells. It's the Silent Bomber.
Silent but deadly.
Now, if you'd like to ask questions about what we're doing on this or how you're doing it, please put it in the Twitch chat, because Twitch chat's what we've got up and running. Or Matt could look at the YouTube chat, but the YouTube chat, as I have repeatedly been learning, it has just been getting worse and worse. Matt was originally going to join me in, like, going through some of these starter areas, but we're kind of low on data for the month, and doing so would require him to download about 20 gigabytes in,
updates, and we don't have 20 gigs to...
Well, we don't have the 20 gigs to spare.
Man, you are just annihilating these guys from existence.
Yes, well, they have tiny bodies.
You know what? I want a gnome birthday party mod.
Interesting.
Like Grunt Birthday?
Yeah. You explode them with a magic bullet. Hooray!
I'm going to start preparing my men to leave this place. We can't hold out here any longer. I'm wanting to move to a forward position in the middle of the large room ahead. You find Cavo Blast Bolt there. He'll give you further instructions. Arvo Blast Bolt. Yeah, Silent Bomber completely fits with this.
Daylight's burning.
Another advantage to me being an experienced player and rebuilding a new character is I have the advantage of heirlooms. Heirlooms are all these things where I can just put on a bunch of items to speed up leveling. Haven't upgraded that all the way.
So you're just gonna equip these heirlooms and just devastate everybody.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's only a level 1. How is he beating us?
Very carefully.
I swear to God, Dave, I will toss you out of this building.
You mean defenestrate it?
Defenestration, whatever. Don't you get all technical word mumbo jumbo on me. So this is a safe space, right? Well, it is! You can't tell me I'm wrong.
Here, the numbers are actually showing up when I post it in your chat. If it was YouTube, yes, because I'm not using YouTube for chat anymore. They're up here.
Can I help you?
Send you ahead. He's still getting ready.
If we don't do something quick, neither Nevin nor the survivors will make it out of here alive.
Off and away.
So we gotta activate teleporters. Survivors rescued. Arrange the teleport to target survivor at the safe area. Goes.
Whoosh.
Oh yeah, I see them now. They're glowing. And in general, I refresh the video, they disappear completely. I have no idea what you're talking about. If you're meaning the chat, when you press refresh, then your chat goes away because it goes to 0. Like you.
Oh yeah, like that's
you lose the entire chat chain.
Oh yeah, like it's not just a Twitch thing. Like any chat I've ever been in, the minute I hit refresh, like all that
because there's no active history.
There's
no way to store the history if you just press reset. It doesn't go away. The rest of us can see it. You just can't.
Greetings.
Level up. That's how fast level up is in the game these days. Excellent job gathering other survivors. Hey, you are the reason safe teams keep coming down here. Never won't rest until we found and rescued every possible survivor.
Be seeing you.
So this story is not what I thought it was going to be.
Follow survivors to Gapper Coil Spring in the loading room.
Hi, how are ya? Pleased to meet ya.
Salutations. You have a great day now.
Whoa, that guy just like...
Ported.
Yeah.
Just finished 4S Gridman. Nice. Not normally in trigger anime, but that was awesome. Awesome. Bet you thought so. Top 3 moments of My Hero Academia.
Ooh, so far that's a tough one actually.
United States of Smash.
United States of Smash was pretty awesome.
Oh, this is the stupid pet thing. Yeah, you can train pets in World of Warcraft, but only if you have a full account. Or a full subscription account.
Nothing to see here. Just
Need assistance?
but yeah, the United States of Smash was pretty cool. Oof. Oh yeah, the moment when Deku was fighting the
Hello, then.
muscle guy.
Yeah, we gotta go through the decon room. With Dunkomatic action.
Come on and slam.
Dude, get dunked. It's gonna be a character used for the main streams or just testing out. I am going through all of the race starter areas for this, or at least all of the Alliance ones I have access to. So this is not going to be the character I'm going to be using for the main streams. No, I'm just showing off the different character races and their starter stories so people can get an idea of how each of the races work. Gnomes, for example, you see how at the top there's a rating of 168? Well, even though I'm level 2, that's higher than any of the other classes. Gnomes get more mana than all of the other races. See if I can't find the actual thing for it. Yeah. Gnomes have engineering specialization. They have expansive mind, which increases maximum mana or just basic resources by 5% over normal. And resistance, that's normal. Revive battle pets, that's something else. Escape artist is a gnome ability. Nimble fingers, haste increased by 1%, that's a racial. Language, no. Yeah, those are the advantages of being a gnome. You get more mana to cast with if you're a mage or a warlock or... I think Death Knight gets a boost to resources as well, but they don't use mana.
I can imagine all their voices are just like hype, like have a twinge of helium in them.
Yeah. I kind of wish they sounded like Vern Troyer or forgetting his name, but we watched Infinity War recently.
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. You're going to be doing this all day, or do you have plans to decide this later to celebrate New Year's? We are going to be doing this until I hit the free-to-play level cap at level 20. Hopefully that will be early enough so we can get some takeout dinner before the restaurants close, and then we're going to do movies.
Yep. New Tinkertown.
Yep, this is where we're starting out. In fact, where we just exited from, that's actually the entrance to the dungeon. The dungeon of Nomoran.
Oh,
Nomoran.
Is that like a high-level dungeon?
If I'm remembering correctly, it's around level 30-ish.
Ah, so it's a beginner's dungeon.
Yeah. Speak to Torben Zapblast. I think I walked straight past him. Yeah, I walked right past him. Which happens.
Womp womp. Going down.
Yep. Walked right past him.
Honored, I'm sure.
Send me to the surface, Torben. But we just went up to the surface.
Well, now we're in a building on the surface.
Greetings. Daylight's burning.
I hate it when it does that. One flaw of this mod I have is that sometimes it doesn't know what it's going... It sometimes bugs out. So, yeah. Victory for us every time we're able to help another survivor. This will Frost will help oversee your training and adjustment to life on the surface. Yeah, we've been underground forever. We're kind of hermits like that. Now, mage is the wrong type of class for a hermit. They're just really, really obsessed with books and studying. Pipsy Frostfinger. Clearly, this is the mage.
Good day to you.
My name is Bipsy.
Arcane Momentum is a technique that allows a mage to use their physical momentum to dictate the direction of their blink spell rather than the basic technique of blink in the direction you're facing. Peace.
So is that like an advanced
Be seeing you.
movement technique?
I'm guessing. I don't remember this.
Hey.
Might be a racial. Future of Numron. And I get an Electro Staff. Gotta look see how that looks. It's a staff with a taser on the end.
Off and away.
Tasers.
So the Kingdom Hearts streams have Matt playing the game, so he's more of a Kingdom Hearts fan. John actually will be, because he's getting Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, I have sworn off Square Enix. If I was not paid by a patron to review Kingdom Hearts 2, yeah, I wouldn't be.
Interesting.
I'll go into that more in the review, but basically, Tetsuya Nomura can suck it. Now I gotta introduce myself to another guy. Walking. You do a lot of walking in World of Warcraft.
How much walking, Davis?
Does anyone else remember the montage from SF Debris' reviews of BioWare games?
Necessity is the first cousin of invention.
I was actually thinking of the Duck Dodgers joke. And I'm walking. And I'm walking.
You will walk 500 miles, and then you will walk 500 more.
But I could... But would you go 1,000 miles?
We assembled a mighty force and defeated Thermoplug's servants, fighting our way into the city. But the usurper Thermoplug had one last trick up his sleeve.
He actually had deodorant.
So quiet. I just love to tinker. Are Thermoplug's defense forces?
So we're basically we managed to get out of the underground and we're making home bases on the surface.
Yep. And apparently we're fighting Starscream.
Oh, Starscream, where will you show up next?
I should be reading these.
Oh, Master Rider Blue is totally right on the Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop distance.
That's what 3D is?
Yeah, Dream Drop distance.
Yeah, I saw the box arts that on the story so far said, and I'm like, is that... Did Sora clone him? Oh wait, that's Roxas, Ventus, and Sora.
But it's also... It has an annoying
It's
game...
like, they kind of look the freaking same.
Well, it also has an annoying gameplay mechanic where, like, you're playing as Sora for a few minutes, and then for some reason you have to switch with Riku, and you don't get a choice in the matter. Like, it yanks you out, and then you get...
Yeah.
Yeah. Engineer Grindspark.
Yep.
Interesting.
Dirk himself has heard of my little project. Splendid! I've almost finished my latest prototype, but maybe you can help me chase down these last few parts. There's too much to do around here, and too few gnomes on their feet to help. Tinker has asked me to start covering some of our old bots and parts from Operation Nonomoran. Hope to have a new line of multi-bots ready for a field test soon. I suppose you have some time to help, do you? There are kinds of parts all kinds of parts scattered around. Pick up anything you find and bring it to me. You never know what could turn out to be useful. Yeah, can't talk to me. Okay.
And we're foraging.
It's just easy fetch quests to get new players accommodated to the gameplay.
I was gonna say, like...
I mean, you get these kinds of quests later, but they're more interesting as, you know, you usually do them alongside other quests to save time, so you get the advantage of killing a bunch of enemies. But since it's a starter quest, you can't really stack them. You just have to do them bit by bit. And hello there. I guess this guy is filling out his quest library.
Can I help you?
That's the funny thing about World of Warcraft, from what I've observed, Davis, that you're just doing your own thing, and then out of nowhere, a big buff Nightman just, like...
Big buff super god Nightman.
Just rolls up right next to you on his god tiger mount or something, and you're like... Well, that's nice.
Oh. You know, I need to get that fox mount when I get my next full subscription. Even though nothing will ever beat my Cenarian War Hippogriff. Seriously, this is my favorite mount, and, like, forever. I haven't found a dragon mount in the game that I like more than this, but that's likely the only thing that would outrate it. Okay, maybe the Void Strider, but it's the Void Strider.
It's a Galaxy Ostrich.
It's a Galaxy Chocobo.
My god. It's out of this world.
Here. Yeah, I need to clean up toxic geysers now.
Yeah, a lot of these starting area quests are fully designed just to get new players introduced to the mechanics that they will be doing for the rest of their time in WoW.
Yeah, and here we go. Retrieve 6 recovered possessions from toxic sludges to toxic airfield. This is what I meant by the farther you go in, the more you can stack quests. I mean, you can do up to 5 at the same time when they stack in the same area.
What's that following you?
That is a robot. GS9X Multibot, which will help us clean up toxic waste.
It's hopping everywhere.
Because its legs are giant springs.
Boing, 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 boing.
Oh no, wait, that's just an animation issue with it, where it has tanks on its back that are clipping over the legs.
Ah, that's actually... Okay, but I still prefer the spring for legs thing.
Yeah, it kind of does look like it. Living contamination! Oh great, you turned water elementals into destructive entities.
Poison our water supply, will you?
Ironically, while playing as a mage, you can summon a water elemental as your companion. Honestly, the only reason Master Rider Blue likes Kingdom Hearts is the combat. It's not the worst combat system, but from playing Kingdom Hearts 2 over break, I hate reaction commands. I always hate any type of quick time crap like that.
Admittedly, like, I enjoy them for the most part, but I will say that for how many reaction commands there are in the game, it seems kind of unfair that you can't always pull them off when you would want them to, because the enemy is doing the specific thing to trigger them. But that's neither here or there. So are these toxic... Are we Toxic Crusaders right now?
Well, one of them has to be the Toxic Avenger, so... I've never actually seen that movie, so...
Neither have I just know the references. Man, you just annihilated half that guy, like... And it's dead.
I'm a mage. Like, mages are the second greatest damage dealers in the game, which are only currently topped, if I'm remembering the stat spread correctly, by warlocks. Warlocks get that because they have pet summons for demons. And yes, it is as awesome as it sounds.
So I'm gonna say stepping in that would be a bad idea.
Well, we can try. Yep, losing health.
I have superpowers now. But you can already fire magic bolts. I have superpowers now. And the gold enemies are your targets, right?
The gold enemy... the gold line enemies are ones that will not attack you no matter what unless you attack them. The red ones will attack you as soon as you're in a range of aggression. Right. Sorry, can't participate in pet battles.
Golden Garo, it's radioactive. Now that can't be good.
True.
Radioactive. Radioactive.
Remember when they were a thing?
Remember when Imagine Dragons could have been something decent, but then they just... I don't even... Not only sold out, but I'm not even sure what genre they're in now. They say rock, but I've never heard a rock song like the ones they put out. It's like electric noise.
Electric noise.
That's the best way I can describe it.
Okay, toxic geysers are these circular things. They don't really look like geysers. Unless possibly the sub-weapon geyser. That's a different geyser. And somehow it's not surprising that my screen would start to glitch out. Like, you guys can't see it as the way the capture system works is it's recording from the desktop and this is a monitor issue, but like I'm circling the square right now and that's glitching out. That's a video card issue I've been having infrequently with this game. I don't know why it does it, but if I refresh my monitors, it usually goes away. Or flash my video card. Concerned that means my video card is going bad, but this is basically the only thing that does it.
So we're just having the little robot man clean up the toxic waste, right?
Yep.
So, Captain Planet would be proud. But
Well, it's not like, since this game has to leave those alone for other players to do it, we're never going to get pollution down to 0.
man,
You think of Square Enix being surprised at where Bravely Default and Octopath Traveler selling all turn-based RPG was what made them?
hey, I know what he's
You
trying to say.
definitely need to rephrase that question.
But what he's basically asking is, what do you think of Square Enix being surprised that the traditional RPGs that they've made sell way better than anything else they've been doing?
Gee, it's almost as if people have been telling them that for years that they suck at action RPG systems. Hell, that's why they originally hired CyberConnect to do development work for them for Final Fantasy VII's remake. Told Tetsuya Nomura, the guy who really kind of helped fuck up their action RPG system because Kingdom Hearts was half usable on that. Didn't like their work or their company. Again, Tetsuya Nomura can sit and spin.
Seeing you.
Yeah, because like Octopath Traveler didn't make a lot of money, but what it did sell was way more than Square Enix possibly could have foreseen.
Then again, that was a cheap, bashed together game, all things considered in comparison to the other work. Whereas Final Fantasy 15 needed 10 million units sold to actually break even, and they sold, I actually looked this up the other night, about 7.
They only sold 7 million copies?
7.7, yeah.
My god. What's keeping Jessup?
Yeah, the other thing I found out about the whole 7 remake thing is the demo everybody liked. Apparently that was CyberConnect's, that was heavily CyberConnect's work, if not the entire thing, and they just left because, you know, people were blaming them for why it got delayed again, and because of what Tetsuya Nomura said. You know, it's Or Cyberconnect
Basically,
had their own projects stalling out because they weren't doing anything and yet were commissioned for the work. So
basically,
if they
Nomura.
wanted to keep their business from going under, like, say, any subdivision of Electronic Arts, they needed to go off and do their own stuff. And because of that, we got .hack.GU Last Recode. I'm never gonna... I will, of course, bitch about the Square Enix fans attacking the company for thinking that that's why I got them being taken off the project is why it got delayed again, because their work was so terrible. No, that's not actually what happened. But I'm glad that happened at the end of the day.
Yep.
I can throw snowballs.
At slime.
Yep.
Eat it, physics.
There were no wonder there were so many Final Fantasy 15 DLCs and additions. Yeah, because the game was shipped half done. Nomura had to be taken off the project to actually get it to be done.
Yeah, and even then, like, the DLC missions...
They basically had to cannibalize everything they wanted to put in the heavy amount of what they had were going to have in the original game to actually get it out the door. They had to do a lot of... The new director for it that came in after Nomura basically said from the beginning, since it launched with a bunch of criticism to how badly playable it was, that they were going to work on fixing it and expanding what people saw wrong about it, and that included DLC missions that put back in what was supposed to be content originally part of the core game. So basically, you were purchasing again what was supposed to be in it originally.
Which is a scummy move.
Which is a really scummy move, because it was all there, and they just needed more time for it, but hard release date. Square Enix is basically becoming the Electronic Arts of the Japanese gaming division.
Yep. I'll be right back.
At least in my opinion, with how much they have stuff people will buy, but are likely to screw over their fans. Or the fans of what they publish. Again, why I'm glad CyberConnect backed out when they did, because then they really would go full on EA and being a company that caused smaller companies to fail. Again, this is heavily my opinion and what I have heard through the grapevine. Like, Super Eyepatch Wolf on YouTube did a great breakdown of the playability issues of Final Fantasy 15 with his, I believe the video is called A Disappointing Failure, but I occasionally check in on Eyepatch Wolf stuff. I don't actually follow him, but when I do see his stuff, he's usually pretty well researched or, like, surmises from evidence. Kind of like what I did with Dino Charge and the whole asteroids, meteors thing kind of showcases that it's an alternate universe thing.
I'm out of range.
Out in the snowy wilderness, nobody can hear you meme.
Oh no, we are not getting full meme until we do Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. And then someone posted in the chat, did someone say Thunder Fury? Because that is the joke.
Man, you just blast a guy and then it's like, poop.
Yeah, no joke, when I get my full account back by when I next buy my subscription, you guys are going to see me complete Thunder Fury.
That whole epic quest, right?
Yeah. Golden Gar, I shouldn't say this, but I hope 7 Remake bombs so they can realize that they're forced to realize they need to go back to basics, which I just realized they'll never do because I saw a video by Night Sky Prince saying they basically bombed out their customer trust. It wouldn't surprise me at this point.
I need a target.
Granted, there are Square Enix defenders, which I saw a lot more of, who are blaming everybody else but the company. Ergo, why I'm pissed at them about... why I'm pissed at Tetsuya Nomura still about...
Tossing CyberConnect under the bus.
Under the bus.
Like, that is literally under the busing right there.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, we have to believe in him. He's been on so many of these games. Yeah, he was a good character designer. Not a good game director.
Yeah, character designing and game designing are two totally different.
I mean, he's better than Motomu Toriyama, who was head of the Final Fantasy 13 thing, and it's definitely it's definitely everyone's definitely aware that Square Enix keeps putting Nomura on projects he has no
business being a part of.
Business being a part of because he's liked by fans, and they think that's kind of evidence of
quality when it's really not.
When it really is not.
Now, back to Warcraft a little bit. What is your favorite piece of lore in the entirety of Warcraft?
That's kind of a difficult question, because after a bit it blurs together, but I really like the Draenor expansion.
Dude, you just annihilated him with one shot!
Technically it was 2, I combined the arcane missiles with Fire Blast.
But
they timed it together.
But still, ow man, that guy did not know what was coming.
Yeah. Like, Draenor had a really strong storyline. I'm referring specifically to the Warlords of Draenor expansion. A lot of WoW fans don't really like it since it's a time travel plot, but you know, in contrast to other series that have done time travel plots where it's gone badly, the Blizzard developers knew what they were doing.
It's a real shame of what's going on with Blizzard, though.
Yeah, I mainly blame Activision for the stupidity there, because Activision is the bigger company, and thus Blizzard is getting shafted.
Yeah, they are getting so shafted.
Thoughts on the Sentai special between Lupin and Ryu Soldier written by Naruhisa Arakawa. I basically have stopped paying attention to Toei works. I didn't know it was written by Naruhisa Arakawa, but considering that Naruhisa Arakawa is Toei's lore master, the odds are it won't be the worst thing.
Basically,
it still has fucking Takaharu as part of it, but it won't be the worst thing.
Honestly, though, I hate Takaharu, but I'm also of the mind that if a good writer says I can make a bad thing become really good, then I'm willing to. I want to see that, like not in a I want to see this character be good, but in a all right, man, I'll take your bet.
I think there is like 1 or 2 Red Rangers that are worse than him, but everybody is correct in criticizing him in that he should not be an actor. The guy who plays Takaharu. He is just terrible.
Not good.
He is just terrible. And granted, a lot of the lines I don't think would have. A lot of the ones he had to speak wouldn't have worked even if the character was played by a good actor. But he certainly wasn't helping things.
Right. It's sort of like it's sort of like echoing the Kamen Rider Blade situation with
But at least Blade's acting is hilarious.
Right, at least it has, like, the cheese factor. Like, a special kind of cheese that cannot be replicated.
And I can definitely appreciate the Blade cast for the hamminess they pull off, and they do improve with time. Just that, you know, so many line flubs, and it's kind of unprofessional for Toei to have just left that in like that.
Level 5.
Thanks Sakamoto's directing, so we'll have a good director. And you know what? If it's a lead into it being revealed, I have no idea who's writing Ryu Soldier, but if that's a lead
we know who.
You do? I
forget his name, but he's written like a lot of live action crime dramas and
stuff.
Yeah,
I remember now. It's like they really need to bring back Naruhisa Arakawa to write something for a full series or something, because he's already pissed at Toei for shafting the Space Squad for just more advertisement for fucking Q Ranger. But it's really a case of, you know, this guy works. You know this guy
will make you money.
Will make you money and is popular with fans to bring people back, and yet you won't freaking hire him to do anything, and I can't help but blame Shinichiro Shirokuro for that, because he's in charge of who gets hired for producer and writing work now.
So, in the story of the game, what are we doing right now?
We are killing a bunch of these Rockjaw trolls who are threatening the viability of the outside camp. Oh yeah, what I'm remembering now, like I said, I'm not keeping up with toy stuff anymore, so I'm not keeping it off the head, is that he would have actually been a better writer for Lupat than Junko Komura.
Because, like, now the one thing I will give in Ryu Soldier's defense, at least the writer and the director have worked together before. So I think they can at least have a synergy thing going, you know?
Yeah, like where they understand each other.
Like, they understand the other's quirks. So if that can lead to something, then I'm all for it. But I'm not holding my breath. What? Davis? One more thing!
One more thing! Yes, Uncle. Trogs won't be bothering his people. He is know that the Trogs won't be bothering his people again anytime soon. Unless they accidentally summon Trogdor!
I was hoping you were... I was like, wait, is he gonna make that? Trogdor! Are we gonna burninate things now?
Well, I do have a fire spell.
Burninate, burninate.
I'm still on screen. Okay, bring Justice Support to High Tinker and Mechtork in New Tinkertown. Watching the OG degree thanks to a free trial on my mom's Amazon Prime account. Huh, I didn't know we could get it through that.
We
Even
can't?
though the sub is bad, they misspelled Kanji's first name 3 times in the first 5 episodes. Yeah, apparently the people who put up the sub basically machine translated it after the first few episodes, and the first few episodes were taken from a fan sub. So, yeah, that explains that.
It really sucks that this is the
I did not know that when I wrote the big Tumblr blog post about Gridman, but I was informed that later. And unfortunately, there's a Patreon poll running for what next from Super I should touch on. Currently, Gridman, Superhuman Samurai Squad, and 4S Gridman is the one that's winning. And basically, I'd rather not... I'm tempted to... Well, obviously, I'll do
Super
it.
I has a Patreon right now?
Yeah, I have a Patreon poll running for what Super I show I should touch on next, in possibly in 2020.
Ah, okay.
And it's basically, the first option is the Gridman stuff. The second option is the Ultra 7, Ultraman 0, Ultraman G line. Third option is continuing on with the Tiga Dyna Gaia stuff. And fourth option is just go back to the OG series to showcase them. But yeah, the Gridman option is winning, and to be honest, I'd still do it if it won the Patreon poll, but I'd rather not savage the show for someone else's idiocy. Fortunately, the people who subbed it and released the subs, Toku HD, they've said that they commissioned the work, and they were not aware that the subs were so bad. The Toku service has had their heart in the right place, but their subs and quality have received tons of criticism. And people say I am out of line for criticizing Shout Factory.
I mean, at least Toku HD is...
How can I help you?
They, like, I don't not get a single malintent vibe from them. It just seems that they...
Yeah, we're
at least it seems like they are more open to feedback and criticism than Shout Factory is.
Yeah, it's clear they commissioned the work and expected the people they commissioned to
be competent.
Actually do their goddamn jobs, whereas Shout Factory, they're the one with the license, they're the one translating it, they're the one that has the source, and they have refused to actually
improve upon it.
Or acknowledge any criticism aside from shrugging it off. And I have had several interactions with the Shout Set producer Brian Ward about this, where he basically shrugs it off.
It's like...
Thank you, Zeltrek Millennium, for making very awkward situations like that.
Anyways, you guys yourself a fancy little helmet now, don't you?
Like, when I was redoing the Mega Ranger videos for, to get them past the copyright content ID checks, I was finding even more of the bad dialogue issues than I did before. It's like Mega Ranger set is terrible.
Like Davis, like I remember showing this to you when we were at the old apartment while I was editing the at least editing the
Yeah, Matt did a lot of helped me a lot in doing the main remasters, and then I went over them again to make sure everything was lined up correctly. So he saved us a lot of time on that.
Yeah, I did the best I could, but even I started to notice, hey, wait a minute, that's not what you said at all. And the sub said one thing, but I may not speak Japanese, but I know enough to know what certain words are,
and yet,
or at least get context clues. And I swear there were at least 1 or 2 instances where what was shown on screen for the subtitle did not match the actual dialogue. And I'm like, how? Like, they are clearly saying one thing. How did you mistranslate that as something else?
Yeah,
like, if you want an example for how bad it is, guys, look up their subtitles for the Gingham Man opening, and
I use that example in the late introduction.
It is a prime example because just of how wrong it is. Like, it's an example.
I remember when TV Nihon dropped their Time Ranger subs, and it was a war between TV Nihon sucks and who of course have not watched TV Nihon subs ever nor get their methodology for that. And people would say, Shout Factory has had 8 sets to improve. They've consistently been terrible, and the only reason the Go-Go 5 set gets some praise is that it's not as bad as the previous fan subs.
And that's not exactly a compliment.
That's not exactly a compliment, considering the previous best translation was an HK sub. And it was borderline with that.
And then there was Imagination Station who did it.
Which was terrible because they did heavy localization. And I mean heavy localization.
And what I also been disliking is seeing people dunk on TV Nihon for, like, things like showing honorifics or their spelling of things. And, like I saw an interaction where it was like, oh, how dare they spell Zoojer with a J at some point. And I'm like, but didn't they go back and fix that? Because
they kept the J because it's a JZ misromanization error.
And it's like, and the reason why here's the thing. The reason why they were dunking was because Toei's official spelling is with a Z.
Yeah, and Toei is the one that consistently screws up a JZ misromanization, which is a result of the Japanese language originating from Mandarin Chinese, where the same character for Jew that they use is what in Chinese is pronounced with a Z. Thus, that's the origin of the error. They're not supposed to do that. Other series, like, say, Garo, don't have that error in their spelling of Saejima, and yet, because of this error, a lot of people think that something that goes one way is supposed to go some completely different way. Granted, half the time with Toei, they're trying and doing the wrong spelling. They're trying to do a pun. Like, Zoojer they think it's a pun on zoo because they're beast people and they're
It's like, no, but Jew is beast, right? Like,
yeah, or Zuden, in Kyoryuger. The reason they have it as a Z there, it's supposed to be an onomatopoeia for zapping.
Right, and it's like, you can also hear the hard Z, you know what I mean? Like they say Zuden Ryu, or like...
No, they still say Juden Ryu.
Okay. But
that's part of the problem. They say it with a J, and yet Toei mistakenly spells it with a Z. It is them that is actually mistaken in this. Or, say, Ura in Kamen Rider Go, or Zio. There, again, it's the pun on the, and yet G meaning time, Time King. That's why it's a Z instead of an I, and why they're doing it that way. But, there, Ura means hour in German, and then they changed it, and then they changed the spelling officially to the French counterpart for hour, which actually has different kanji.
it's all good, Master Rider Blue. Like, we're just, killing time, having fun in World of Warcraft, discussing things.
Yeah.
Like, but I can't wait to really sink my teeth into this game. I was telling this to Davis the other day, but in my entire life, I never really had a PC that could run WoW, efficiently until like 2 years ago when I got my current laptop. And point is,
Yeah, he's wanted to do an MMO for a while. I tried to get him involved in Final Fantasy XIV when I was grinding for the Garo armor and that, but he couldn't really make the time for it. But now that we're roommates and we're going to be getting on the same work schedule, finally, we're gonna have the time for it after I get done with production of all the remaster content and what I'm doing for the current season.
In fact, with like getting my schedule synced with yours, Davis. You know how early I can do that? January 1st.
Yeah, that could work. Thinking of playing WoW, but I don't like MMOs. It's not for everybody. It's like I'm going to be opening, like building in a guild and collaborating with just anybody that wants to play. But it's like it's not going to be a forced thing.
Right, like you only do it if you really are interested, and not just because it's me and you're a fan of my content. Because that's a time and money commitment. Admittedly, for anyone who wants to do it, when I officially open that up, I will be making a video and giving out my email address so I can at least give you free trial stuff, but that's gonna be a while off yet because I want to finish as much as I can of what I have to edit for videos first. Did I ever play Fusion Fall from Cartoon Network? Unfortunately, no, I didn't, because that was definitely at a wrong time.
Hi, how are you?
Well, High Tinker, Mechaturk, his military advisors, and I finalized the plans for attack on Razio Krushkog. I've sent my assistant ahead to Brunel Village to begin preparations. To get to Brunel Village, follow the road southeast out of town. Yes, follow the stone brick road.
Is it yellow?
Alrighty then.
No.
Oh.
Well, okay, it is yellow, but only during Brewfest.
Why, hello
Oh my
there.
god.
How can
I got it. Ah. But yeah, I remember Fusion Fall like first being advertised, and I'm like,
I mean,
what is this?
I played an earlier sticker-based minigame thing on Cartoon Network in the early 2000s. Actually, I had kind of a library of those things, but...
Can I just say, like, that early days of the Cartoon Network games, some of them were just bad, but but then you would find gems in the rough, and it's like, I could sit there and play this game for hours.
I missed out on both of the original Toonami interactive immersion events. Because I didn't have a dedicated computer, and when they ran, we were at a place that didn't have a consistent internet connection.
Apparently they're doing another one.
Huh. Yeah. Let me look at the calendar. Yeah, well, that'll explain it. World Quest bonus event, PvP Crawl, 14th anniversary ends. Yes, part of the reason why we're doing this next year is it will be the 15th anniversary for World of Warcraft.
Damn.
Yes, it's been an active game since 2004.
Greetings.
Does anyone remember the Teen Titans fighting game from Cartoon Network?
On the way.
Vaguely.
Like,
I don't think I played it. I think
I
just
know
saw it
I played it,
advertised.
and I think I unlocked.
You got my attention.
I think I unlocked all the characters, but there was one mode where you got to play as I forget what, I think he's Clayface in that one. I'm not sure if they call him something different, but that big sludge guy, and you could only play as him. And oh, thank God, I'm not the only one.
What?
Matt Goldengaro remembers.
Oh, yeah.
Pepper's Farm remembers.
No, that's... Oh, yeah, at the bottom. Duh.
The drones, we shall attack!
Blind them with black paint!
I see a line of cards and then I'll paint it black.
Hey, this is kind of a clever thing. Blind them by spray painting them in the face.
It's like, oh no, what is this black substance? I can't see!
The ultimate defense against robots going wild!
A spray paint can that you can get from an Ace Hardware store?
Malfunction! Malfunction! I cannot clean my optical sensors! I do not have soft hands!
Illogical!
Work complete.
Actually, I guess we could get the same point with with a Rotten Tomato.
Killer Tomatoes, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes versus Killer Robots.
Plants vs. Zombies. Or, no, wait. Yeah, Plants vs. Robots. Actually, that's another thing. Zombies versus robots. Why has that never been a thing? Aside from Ranger Operator Series Yellow.
You have a great day now.
I got that. Man, that is still like I love casting decisions like that because every time I watch iZombie, I'm going, when's the apocalypse starting?
Played a Megami Tensei game that wasn't Persona. No, Persona 4, and by proxy, when I did the short Persona 5 stream, are basically the only Prime Atlas games I've played.
I feel like I should have gotten into at least another Atlas game. I've never played a Persona game, but I think it's because of how much of a time sink they can be that...
They are ridiculous time sinks.
Like, they're good time sinks, but they're still a time sink. You know what I mean? Like, when you play Persona 4, you are committed to that game, right?
You live as a Japanese high school student.
You will marry all the waifus. You will make Chie you will, romance Chie the best girl.
Thermoplug refuses to acknowledge that his defeat is imminent. He has sent Razlo Crushcog to prevent us from rebuilding our beloved Gnome Regon.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it.
No place like Gnome.
Seventh.
Let's send him crawling back to his master.
It's short with me.
8.
8? What does the 8 mean? Oh dear.
Is that a giant mechanical spider?
That is a giant mechanical spider.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just entered the Wild Wild West.
Where's Will Smith?
No matter. My guardians and I will make short work of you.
Oh, god damn it.
What?
My guardians and I will make short work of you.
The puns, man. I've tapped into the pun force. It's like the counter force from the Fate series, only I have access to all puns.
Mechatorque beam.
Doodly doodly doodly.
I just love to tinker.
Kaboosh!
Mechatorque ray.
So who's this guy?
Minion of the bad guy. I think we talked a bit past what he actually is doing.
Mechatorque missiles. Mechatorque beam. Mechatorque missiles.
Man, Into the Spider-Verse looks way different than I remember.
Mechatorque missiles.
That sound like Impmon?
Kinda.
Mechatorque cannon.
Then again, it wouldn't surprise me considering the voice actor stable of this game. Steve Bloom's in here, Mary McGlynn's in here, Aaron Fitzgerald is here.
That should be the new National Games show. Find Steve Bloom.
We've done it.
Have you guys seen Spider-Verse?
Oh, I have.
They did.
Yeah. Oh, man, that movie was great. Like, I will say the art style is hard to look at for a little bit because at least, I think it was just the theater we were in, but I swear it made it look 3D. You know when you see, like, a 3D image without 3D glasses?
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that for a little bit, but after a while it seemed to taper off. But what they did do in the movie, like, blew my freaking mind. And I know that sounds like I'm dunking on the film, but I think it was just the theater we were in.
Yeah, the AMC theaters there are kind of not the best because of their age.
Yeah.
Like, I went to see Star Wars Episode 1 at those theaters, and it It was good back then, but it's definitely showing its
Right.
age.
Yeah. And like the most impressive thing to me is just like when they show all the different Spider-Men all on one screen, and I'm like, they had to animate these characters in their own unique style, but have them all feel like they're naturally interacting with each other. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the end credit scene. If anybody knows the end credit scene, try not to spoil it for people because it is amazing. We saved the day. Right.
On to the next section.
Onward to adventure. Then he waddled away. Waddle.
Keep forgetting I can do that.
Get in, losers. We're going questing.
On to Karanos.
So next part of the beginner story.
Yep.
Or
I'm guessing this is where it intersects with the dwarf stuff because we're right outside of Ironforge.
And Ironforge is a pretty awesome place.
Ironforge is huge. Have you heard the story behind Windblade and Victorion from Transformers?
I know that they were created from a fan poll of what they would like to see, what fans would like to see in a Transformers.
And then everybody fell in love with them. Well, with Windblade at least.
Because Windblade is one of the best robots.
Yep. There's Ironforge. Victorion we saw in
the Prime trilogy.
Yeah.
And she was kind of a
loser.
Yeah.
Think about it. We lost out a chance to see Superion in that. Superion is my favorite Transformers combiner. We didn't even get Bruticus.
You're right, we didn't get Bruticus. How can you have a Combiner Wars series and you not show off Bruticus? Is that a Grimace?
Oh, that's a Void Wraith.
So it's a Void Grimace.
Yeah.
You will not steal my nuggets today, sir.
Void Walker, that's right, man. Yeah, those are summoned by warlocks to high levels.
Ah. I have a joke ready and waiting about the gnomes, but I'm saving it.
Kill 5 Frostmane Seers and 7 Frostmane Snowstriders in Summer Ridge.
Now, do you feel like a lot of WoW quests can become repetitive?
A bit. They usually send you off to kill things, but usually build to something good. Like, I love Red Ridge as one of the early starting areas. You know why?
Why?
You assemble the A-Team.
The A-Team?
The A-Team. As in a World of Warcraft reversioned version of the Mr. T A-Team.
Oh my god.
I know, I'm going to take you through that when we get this all running. It is glorious.
Like, gloriously amazing. If you need help, and there's nobody else, and if nobody else will, if you need help, or if you are in trouble, and
you can find them, you can hire
the WoW team.
I love we were on the same page with that.
Yeah. Although an amusing thing about Golden Gargo's comment, I legitimately thought he said I thought I saw Witchblade. Like Witchblade, and now I'm just imagining Witchblade and Transformers.
Watch, get her back.
That's funny. He doesn't look dwarvish.
What's on your mind?
Oh, this is the stupid pet thing.
See you soon.
They do that.
Oh, that voice reminded me. Did you know that Chris Farley was originally going to be the voice of Shrek?
That explains so much about Mike Myers' impression.
And like, there's actually audio and a rough storyboard online of what that would have been like, and my God, it's actually infinitely better. Like one of those, wow, this actually explains a lot of why the characters' quirks don't seem to like hit the nail on the head when they're supposed to. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And so, like, Mike Myers was brought on, he was essentially doing a Chris Farley impression, but putting his own spin on it, so it wouldn't be that obvious.
Hmm.
Oh, the Smash DLC Mass Red Blue? Oh, man, I bought that season pass and
Yeah,
stuff.
he did. So we're definitely going to be learning how Joker works.
Yeah, and the Piranha Plant's got to be on his way within a month or so. And I'm just really excited for what other DLC characters they do, because unlike a lot of other fighting games I've seen, when Smash Brothers did the DLC for the first time in 4, which I'm really grateful for, we got ourselves Ryu, we got Cloud, we got Bayonetta.
We got Mewtwo back.
Yeah, we got Mewtwo back, we got Lucas, and then we got Corrin from Fire Emblem. And I'm not a Fire Emblem person, but every character they brought, new was amazing, because Bayonetta became the combo queen and the terror of the competitive scene. I love the fact that Cloud they incorporated his limit break system in a very, interesting way.
And that they have the whole Smash gauge thing in 5, so it's not as out of place.
Right. Like,
but in the end, everyone is here.
Yep. And Joker's gonna finally reunite with his mom, Bayonetta. So yeah, I'm just really curious to see what they do next, because from what I remember in a recent interview, Sakurai said that they're just developing Joker's gameplay right now to make sure that not only is he ready to go, but
he's balanced.
Like, he's balanced, and he brings something wholly unique, because he will be the first character that will... I know they're not, personas and stands aren't the same thing, but Joker has personas. Like, how can you incorporate that into a Smash game without being entirely unfair? You know what I mean? Like, I'm very curious on that. Because that's honestly like one of the beauties of Smash Brothers at the end of the day, is that you have all these characters interacting with each other, and the game devs had to figure out like every single permutation of these characters interacting with each other, and not only that, but develop skill sets so they all at least have different feelings to them. I mean, besides the Joker announcement, we never saw it coming.
I'm sad people didn't get the joke when Reggie made that, because it was obvious to everybody else.
I love, though, I really do find it funny that like the Game Awards were like a dud for most of that. Then Nintendo shows up, makes that one announcement,
and drops the mic.
And then audience loses its mind. It's also because, like, Joker, even though we have Bayonetta and Cloud, there are at least tangible connections to Nintendo stuff. Like, Bayonetta got saved by the Wii U,
and Final Fantasy was originally a Nintendo third party.
Right. But with Joker, Persona 5's not on the Switch. Yet.
They have to be bringing it, but we don't know when.
Right. But so this is like completely outside of the Nintendo realm. So that pretty much opens the door for like anybody now.
I've heard of crossover parents, but I've never heard of crossover parenting. It's ridiculous. Clearly you've not read enough fanfic.
I'm pretty sure Bayonetta...
Not that I'm dunking on that. It's like, fanfiction's not for everybody, but it's something I've seen.
Now I just really want Dante in Smash Brothers so he can be the cool uncle that everybody goes to for less than stellar advice because it's Dante.
It's Dante.
So, and like Isabel going up to Dante. Dante, are you sure running on this motorcycle up a building is a good idea? No, if they add Dante into Smash, they have to let him use the Kalina Ann. I love that rocket launcher so much.
Work complete.
Well, it'd fit in with Snake.
Yeah, because the Kalina Ann, for those who don't know, is a rocket launcher from Devil May Cry 3. It has a Bowie knife at the end of it. It has a pretty good rate of fire, does a crap ton of damage. And the cool thing about Devil May Cry 3 is that it's not so much a glitch in the negative sense, but you could switch between weapons very quickly, or rather, most of the time you would have to stand in place and just fire like boom, boom, boom. But if you like move around while you're trying to shoot and you switch weapons while doing it, your rate of fire increases significantly, so you're just outputting a ton of damage for free.
Millions of damage for free.
Okay, Joker was in Persona Q2 on the 3DS, so, but then again, it's the
3DS. That doesn't really count.
That's like a thin connection, though.
I didn't know there was a Q2.
Yeah. But you guys can kind of get what I'm saying, though, right?
Clearly, there has to be a Q3 and a Q4 so you can have a full day. Order.
Work complete.
Seriously, though, God bless Sakurai.
Never ask him for anything again.
He needs sleep. Let that man rest.
Before he rests in pieces.
I need a target.
Oh, look, it's a wolf. And it's dead. So you're getting some ribs for dinner?
For a quest. That was the option I was looking for. Auto loot. There it is.
Yeah. I will say that glitching is getting annoying.
Yeah. Like I said, you guys can't see it. Just my video card.
Lucky, that's more of my alley. I actually do really like the Devil May Cry series. I think the reboot had the best intentions, but due to the plotting and like the gameplay, it just
Didn't work.
It just did not work. Sure, the gameplay may be fun if you never played a Devil May Cry game in the first place, and you're just familiar with general Ninja Theory action style games like Heavenly Sword. But if you're a fan of the series, it definitely felt like a pale imitation, like a printer copy that ran out of ink halfway through.
Granted, I played Devil May Cry 1 and 2, so I'm not completely oblivious to it, but yeah, I'm in the camp that say DMC, as it went, was a bad idea.
Yeah, like, and the funny thing is about the DMC reboot, though, is many people would believe that Ninja Theory got the license and then they intentionally fucked it up. when it's more like, no, actually Capcom came to them and they wanted it to be more Western focused.
Except we didn't want a Western focus. We wanted the games we were previously getting.
Like with Devil May Cry 4, which is actually a pretty fun game, all things considered, it actually sold pretty well. Like
there was discontent with it, but that's mainly criticism based.
Right, like basically because we were dealing with a new character, Nero, and nobody really knew how to feel about him just yet. Because, well, we did get Dante again, so that was really cool. But you know, you hear this with Square Enix as well, and this is why Square Enix can also go suck it. Is it didn't sell the numbers they wanted, although by a game estimation they. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, they sold better than they ever have before with any other game, and it wasn't enough for them because of how long the game was in development hell. Primarily because it was sucked so long in development hell.
What can I do for you?
Oh yeah, but Devil May Cry 2 definitely sucks. That's like the worst one in terms of gameplay because it is like Devil May Cry at the end of the day is all about like using your own hand-eye coordination skills and thought patterns to become a style beast and like kill enemies in a room as fast as you can, not because of any high score, but just so you can test yourself, right? In Devil May Cry 2, you can get an S rank just by pulling out your two guns, which are not meant to be lethal killers, and just shooting enemies into the air.
Shoot them into the head.
Yeah, like just literally juggling them in the air, and that's not fun. That's boring. That's wow.
At least it's boring if you do it constantly. Like
right
at the end of .hack GU, when Haseo gets X form, you can juggle some enemies, but you've spent so long in the game already that it doesn't feel boring. It feels more like a gameplay
addition that rewards you for sticking through it for so long.
Yes.
But I'm just talking about like starting pistols.
Yeah, starting pistols. No, you need to not do that.
Right. But that's why like Devil May Cry 3 is like so highly regarded and received because it's took the gameplay ideas of 1, tossed out everything for Devil May Cry 2 and said, how do we actually make a good sequel out of this? Oh, simple. We make it a prequel. I mean, come on, Daniel Southworth is Virgil for crying out loud.
Yep.
The Quantum Ranger is oh, and that's the other thing about Devil May the series that I love is that Dante, if you actually watch him, his actions throughout the games, he's a massive dork that it seems like he's aware that he's a video game character.
Yeah, he's close to being Deadpool.
Right, but he doesn't actually outright say that. So
he's just having fun at the end of the day.
Right, like. And the fact that he hangs out with two beautiful ladies, but does not at any point
objectify them
or belittle them. He's just like, you two, like, you're just hanging around me because I'm the best and you're the best. We're all the best. You know what I mean?
I still need to see the Devil May Cry anime. I've heard mixed things.
Yeah. I remember seeing it on the Funimation channel when that was a thing.
I still can't believe that was a thing because I never got that station.
We did for a while, but I could never find anything on it that I would have liked to watch. I mean,
okay, I did see it, but only with short previews, and all I watched was a bunch of the Lupin TV specials.
Yeah, and I'm like...
Because that's all they were running when I was...
No, seriously, guys, if you don't remember the Funimation channel, anytime when I had free time, even after school, and I saw it was an option and I wanted to watch it, it was like Aquarion or some other show that I'm like, but this isn't like... No, I'm not saying like let's watch Dragon Ball Z all day. I'm just saying that they didn't exactly have strong titles on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like it was all like the leftover shit. I'll be right back.
Safe travels.
Here's the thing with some World of Warcraft quests. You don't know where to actually go to get the materials for it. Because that's where you're supposed to turn it in, but I don't know where I get the Rhapsody Malt. Like, do I go to the innkeeper and ask to them? Yeah, there we go.
Work complete. Keep your feet on the ground.
Sometimes you just need to reason it out.
Safe travels.
Now there's a quest inside. Now I got a recipe from that. The recipes are after I learn, or work for after I learn cooking, which is a secondary profession. You can do a bunch of things with that. Speaking of which, cooking trader. Yavalong George at my door and eager to learn the trade of cooking. If there's one thing a cook needs more than anything, it's a cleaver. Bring Gremluck's list to Brol Galebrook and Karnos.
Work complete.
Off with you.
Here's some of my guilty pleasures. Raul Julia Street Fighter. Yes, seriously. I actually like that movie. What else a thing? I am a huge Scooby-Doo nerd. Like, I really like a bunch of the Scooby-Doo stuff that other people don't. Like, I love the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, even though I can admit it's a kind of terrible, and I'm looking forward to the 13 Ghosts movie next year. Like, at least they're getting closure on that. Granted, even I will not defend the live-action movies. That's just, no. Griffin Ironforge from the Griffin Master Brol and Galebrook, then bring Gremlock's list to Goldenir Brol telling the Ironforge. Okay.
Watch your back.
Good.
You got my
Thing
attention.
glitched. Here's the Eastern Kingdoms. Here's Ironforge.
Off with you.
What's a bad protagonist archetype that you haven't talked about? I think I've hit most of them. Otherwise, they're just not coming to mind. Like, I really do hate idiot protagonists above all others. The other one is the asshole that is allowed to get away with their shit. Like, well, I guess Lucky counts as that, again, but, you know, that he's more of the idiot protagonist thing. I don't want to say the whiner, because they get their dues in the end, usually. Hopefully. Some of the time. Like, I really just think the ignorance thing is the most unjustified version of what happens there. Or, what happens with that. Otherwise, I'm kind of open to that. To a lot of different protagonist types. Just, you know, don't let them be stupid and let them actually learn what they gain. Otherwise, it's not the archetype that's the problem, it's the character.
What can I do for you?
Here's the shopping list. Here are the only cleavers for Gremlock students. If you've already been to Karnos, then you should fly Griffin back there.
Oh, and can I just say thank you guys for showing up to this stream and like hanging out with us for a couple of hours?
Yeah, thanks. I know it's New Year's Eve, but, you know, sometimes you just need to vent about the year and play something moderately entertaining, even though it's a bit grindy. Honestly, a lot of the time when I play World of Warcraft on my own, the reason I don't stream it is, like, I have to have something playing in the background. So it's like, just... I do that for a lot of stuff. Just to keep my attention.
Now, a bad protagonist archetype that we haven't talked about...
I basically said it's just the idiot protagonist and people not earning what they're due thing.
For me, it has to be... not the idiot protagonist, but the competent protagonist who never fails. Like...
you know, the no struggle archetype?
Right. Case in point, Yusaku from Reigns. I'm not going to beat that dead horse, but essentially any character that they walk into a room, they don't even have to try, and yet they win.
Oh, yeah, it's a partial Mary Sue kind of thing. I can see that.
Yeah,
but
like...
often that's not an archetype, but failings of a character.
Right, like, now, Dante kind of almost falls into that trap, but the thing is, Devil May Cry never takes itself that seriously. Like, you know, the minute you play Devil May Cry 3, you just know that things are going to be off the wall goofy from the start of it. You want to talk about that?
But he gives off the vibe of he knows what he's doing from the outset, so
right,
there's
like
not exactly a developmental arc for that in him gaining his abilities.
Right, and like with 3, his arc was more like learning to give a crap about humanity and like at least in, not saying that he hated humans before, but more of a, like, I was joking around before, but now I can actually be a little bit more focused and serious about it, you know?
Dante doesn't win all the time. That is true.
That is very true. Yeah.
Like when that one girl died and he didn't get to fill her dark
It's like,
soul
with light! I love how we timed that. Trish.
Yep.
Oh, and also, like...
That line is just so corny. I can't help but love it.
I know, right? It's so bad that it's good, but it's bad again, so it's in a constant looping state.
How are ya?
Paradoxical how hilarious and how awful it is.
Pretty much, yeah. And did you know Devil May Cry, the first one, was originally meant to be a Resident Evil game?
I could see it.
Like, they wanted it to be a more action-oriented Resident Evil game, but sometime through development, they realized that this couldn't be a Resident Evil game anymore.
So instead, they made it more like Onimusha, and I have no idea whether Devil May Cry 1 or Onimusha was first.
Let me look that up, actually. That is a good question.
They're both in that same kind of genre of battling inhuman creatures.
Yeah. Onimusha Warlords was released January 25th, 2001.
I love that. Black Sheep, have you any wool?
Actually, Devil May Cry would release several months later on August 23rd, 2001.
Huh. So same year. Maybe Onimusha being in development inspired the route Devil May Cry took or something.
Yep. It's also kind of why when you look at the enemies for the first game, they all give off a very Resident Evil vibe. I mean, come on, like the first boss is a giant lava spider.
Giant lava spider?
Giant lava spider.
How does that make sense for Resident Evil?
Because you fight giant spiders in Resident Evil.
T-Virus?
T-Virus. Always a T-Virus. But there's also lizard enemies, just like the ones that you face in the first Resident Evil game. Like, and also the fact that you're exploring a really creepy castle island and stuff, you know?
Anyone how does that?
Now, you see, Golden Garo, I don't want to sound mean or anything, but I have to disagree with you on, like, the moral event horizon with Sasuke, because eventually Akane shows genuine remorse for what she done, and
a lot of it can be contextualized as she didn't think of them as real people until the second that she actually physically struck out at them herself. And
now,
that was her wake up moment where she realized
like
that she actually not just that she had created people, but she had created real people.
And like, now I can understand where you're coming from though, because Sasuke at the start has he had
a very damaged moral compass, and
a very damaged moral compass that I will admit he does have there is a legitimate reason for why his moral compass is damaged the way it is.
Except it never really corrects it throughout the entire
right, because unlike Akane, where we are led to believe that she'll eventually do everything she can to redeem herself, Sasuke makes no effort
on screen.
Right, on screen. Anything he does to redeem it is either off screen or in Boruto, and even then, that's after the fact. After the fact, and I mean, there's a big leap between what Akane did with thinking people were not actually there versus, oh, I'm going to intentionally try to destroy the Hidden Leaf Village because I hate the government.
That, and it was clear from the beginning that Akane was being manipulated by Alexis Carib.
You know,
it's like that was pretty much clear if you paid any attention to the original Gridman or
now, granted,
basically my blog post on it, where I was straight on that before the show had even passed its second
granted,
episode.
like I feel like Forest Gridman's failing doesn't come from the show itself, but the fact that Gridman exists with terrible subs and most people aren't
aware of the
right.
Gridman
Like now,
series.
if they
people were complaining on social media about the Deus Ex Machina isms of the Fixer Beam, when Fixer Beam was used in every episode of the original series, and those of us in the know were just waiting for him to finally dish it out. Of course, they also didn't get that the Fixer Beam wasn't being used on Karib to take away his immortality, well, but to, like, help Akane
wake
up from, and
because
work to move beyond the neuroses that were giving Karib power, which then made Karib lose his effective immortality.
Because, like, you know, because, like, what's the point of beating up the monster if you can't save the...
save the girl.
Yeah, can't save the girl, the person who needs it the most at the end of the day. But yeah, like Golden Gar, I disagree with you, but I totally understand. I can see where you're coming from and stuff.
Okay, so they are underground, but I have no idea how to get underground. I hate it when
maps do this.
Maps do this. This is one of my big gripes with World of Warcraft. I have no way to enter this underground section.
And, like, the map doesn't really give you a detail, like...
The map gives us no idea of where to enter.
I hate when maps do that in RPGs. I really do.
I just have to keep wandering around the edge to see if I can't find an entrance.
Well, I know one way to go underground.
Flipping?
No, I was gonna say you talked to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Boo.
I referenced that show in a World of Warcraft stream, and nobody can stop me.
Here we are.
There we go. Wendigos! Off. Not the Wendigos.
Messing with Sasquatch.
Wendigos are terrifying. Do you know how Wendigo happens? No, seriously, do you know how...
Crossbreeding, I assume?
No. Wendigos are a Native American beast that are the result that the legend says a bunch of people got trapped in the mountains one day, or I'm not sure if it's the mountains or whatever, but essentially a bunch of people got trapped in the snow for one reason or the other. And then one of them commits the ultimate sin. Cannibalism.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and because they do that, the gods curse that individual to turn into a ferocious beast, the Wendigo. Although it seems to be like the Mummy, the Brandon Fate, it feels like one of those backwards curses where I'm a savaging wild beast now, but nothing can really touch me, so... Pilfered supplies?
Yep. Stolen supplies.
The Wendigos are stealing stuff. What are they gonna do? Open up an underground bar in the mountain?
There's one in Blackrock Depths, so... Sure. The biggest offender of that, in my experience, is Nier Automata. That's definitely a Square thing.
Yeah, that's... And yet Nier Automata is, like, near universally praised. Because, like, despite it being, like... did Square publish the game, or...?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, Square may have published the game, but it was all, Yoko Taro's, like, vision and stuff. Like, the difference between what Nomura tries to pull off and what, you know, this guy does.
Yoko Taro was on usually is the head developer for games he's involved in anyways, whereas Nomura tends to be thrown onto a project.
And it's probably, like, one of the other his failing that he doesn't try to, like, care. It doesn't seem like he gets fully attached to the project he's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you really get the idea that had they not been throwing him on project after project where he had no place being, that people would have gotten Kingdom Hearts 3 a decade ago.
Right. like, they're saying Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be the conclusion to the Dark Seeker trilogy. And I'm like, okay, one, you're just pulling that out of thin air now. But two...
It can't be a trilogy with the number of games that you've released.
Right. Like, that's not a trilogy, that's a saga right there. And even then, it should not take us until 2019.
And you should not have needed all these sidequels to fill in the plot holes of the main games.
Right, like, I understand, like, the only one that I will defend is Birth by Sleep, because at least that had
That's at least a prequel, so you can count it as Kingdom Hearts 0.
Right, like, this is, like, how everything really kick-started, and playing it really does inform the rest of the series and where it's going to be going. Whereas, you know, the Chain of Memories, like...
Yeah, I only understand who and what Axel is when I play Kingdom Hearts 2 because I played Chain of Memories. And apparently, and of course, when I get to Kingdom Hearts 2, writing Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm going to say, who the hell are you to anything involving Roxas because he has no actual freaking character.
And yet, that character is explored in 358 over 2 days, which is on a Nintendo DS.
And released after it, so it's like, it's fixing your errors in hindsight.
Right. So, like, sure, you may fix your errors, but, to quote what Linkara says frequently, but you didn't put it in the main game.
You shouldn't need supplementary material.
Like, I will defend...
to answer the questions of content in your main story.
Like, I will defend the tutorial section of Kingdom Hearts 2, but... I'm not going to say Roxas is, like, breaking waves with his character. You know what I mean? Like, it seems to be a case that other writers who came in try to do more with him than what they did initially. You know what I mean?
And again, I say .hack doesn't do this because you don't need the other games, anime, and novels to understand what's going on in the main story. It just expands your knowledge and awareness of those characters. It's not necessary, but it's an additional bit that allows you to appreciate them more.
Now, between Capcom or Square Enix between Square Enix or Capcom who treats their franchises more poorly, actually I'm going to say Konami, because Capcom and Square Enix will do snake-headed things and in snake-headed ways. Like, just look at the recent advertisement thing in Street Fighter V for no fucking reason. But at the end of the day, Capcom still released Mega Man 11, which was really good, you know. Square Enix at least helped publish Nier Automata. Like, they are, you know, scummy, but Konami is the only company that I can think of that actively killed their franchise. You know what I mean? The Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, yeah, that.
It's like, Kojima was their ticket to, like, really good things, but the old bastards who run Konami or whoever decided to drive Kojima away, and look what happened, right? You get Metal Gear Survive. Because, hey kids, do you know what's really better than Metal Gear Solid? A thoughtful series full of political intrigue, meta-narratives, and crazy action set pieces? What? Zombies! No, I don't want zombies. You want zombies, right? No!
The market's already oversaturated with zombies as it is.
No, you want zombies. You don't know what you're doing anymore, Konami. We're gonna ban more Yu-Gi-Oh cards that don't actually cause the FTKs. So, is there a lightsaber around here you can Is there a lightsaber around here you can use or something?
Wrong class.
Dude, he's not even... There's something funny about that. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
And this is why you play Mage if you want to do an insane amount of damage. At least if you don't play Warlock.
I will tremble before the power of Silent Bomber.
Now again, I'm cheating a bit with the level ups because I'm wearing heirloom armor, and heirloom armor is like it's like the reusable rare armor. You buy it for a lot, and then you use it to level up pretty much everybody, because they give you boosts to experience gains. You need to put a lot of resources into actually getting them first. Normally it's equivalent to the blue stuff, like the The bad quality stuff is gray. The common stuff is white. The uncommon stuff is green. You usually want to have at minimum green stuff. And then this is equivalent to blue armor. This is another reason to play mage. Why? Cheaped.
Heh.
Where's this last guy so I could actually leave this place? No, I am not in combat.
Oh, there are guys over there.
It's just it's not reading us as actually fighting anything.
Want you to kill them all?
No, we should be out of a combat range. There. I don't know why it was doing that, but
all it took was the blood of your enemies. Tastes like chicken. The Wendigos over there are like, did that gnome just murder all of our friends?
they're not gonna get by with a little help from their friends.
A little help? Davis?
I hate you.
I'm glad you got it.
There you are.
Be good.
What Wendigo is like, where are you going? They want revenge.
You're not getting revenge. Run away!
Run away! Man, there's a lot of Wendigos in here. So this quest has been quite a trip. We started from the technological underground. Now we're in a snowy cavern facing off against cannibalistic monsters, I presume.
Now that's the funny thing.
Wait, did you just turn this guy to a sheep?
Yeah, I'm amazed that when they see one of their own turn to a sheep, they don't try and start to cannibalize them, and I am going the wrong way. I am going the wrong way.
Oh my god. Ah. Oh no. Running. Flee! Oh no! Oh no! Run, gnome! Run for your life! The Wendigos are after you! Why are there so many Wendigos? The brochure said there was only going to be a few Wendigos. Oh,
better than that ostrich farm.
Oh my god, this is actually kind of funny. I know you're about to die, but there's something like an amusing image of a short man just running out of an ice cave while a bunch of monsters chase after him.
Doing the Vern Troyer. Yeah.
Man, that would be something. Like you make it out of alive of a bunch of, man-killing monsters, only to be killed by a mundane wolf.
Wolf? Got better. What do you think is the worst translation in the game?
Ooh. That's a good one, isn't it? That's a good
Half
question.
of what Namco Bandai has translated, but I want to say because.
Because?
End of Final Fantasy, either 7 or 8. The recurring thing that Final Fantasy VII's original translation is kind of terrible. But yeah, there's a lot of competitors for that. I think there were a couple lines in Kingdom Hearts 2 when we were playing that had horrible translation to them as well. The rest of it was just Sora, Donald, Goofy!
Take a shot!
Use the rain of fire to destroy 4 constriction totems in the Frost main front.
We're going full Johnny Cash.
What can I do for you?
I don't get that one.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Ring of Fire.
Oh.
Hey! Off and away!
I needed just a bunch of gears. Probably fix those loose screws.
How are you? Hey, good.
Wild Arms 2 and Breath of Fire 2 are really bad. I have Wild Arms 2, I've not played it.
Oh, well, now that I think about it, couldn't we say that Hacker's Memory has a lot of translation problems at points?
Not as much as the original Cyber Sleuth, but I already said Namco Bandai in general.
Okay, yeah. Scavengers?
Yep.
So what level are you at right now?
I am at level 9.
We're only halfway there. Halfway there. This has been a relaxing stream so far.
Yep. Trolls. Why'd it have to be trolls?
No. They're eating her! And they're gonna eat me! Oh my god!
No, that's Neobog.
Neobog? Oh yeah, Neobog.
Goblin backwards.
The fire has been lit. It's just like Dark Souls. What? He tells me to sleep with one eye open, but don't worry, I have many body doubles.
One day we'll figure out which one isn't a shadow clone.
How bold of you to assume that they're shadow clones. For my puns is... Some say my my actual country of birth was Apocalypse.
Don't mean Apocalypse.
Davis, you have given me greater strength.
No joke. When I first proposed he become my roommate, his mom said, "Take him. It's your problem now."
Come on, you love my jokes.
Clearly they didn't. His mom and sister were actually came over here for his birthday, and we mutually groaned when he would pun.
I just figure it's a great...
It's like we bonded over the mutual suffering.
What do you mean suffering? It's a joyous occasion. Rejoice.
I watch ReZero to find empathy in Subaru's suffering.
Yorokobe. Davis Yorokobe. Oh my god, you just... Wow, like the damage. I'm so impressed. It's like, what are they gonna do to you? It's like, is that a tiny short man over there charging at energy?
Yeah, mages are pretty fun as they are crazy good damage dealers.
Yeah. I think I'm still gonna go paladin though, mainly to balance things out.
We're gonna go warrior for the shield
Or warrior. Are those wolf tanks?
Yep.
So unleash the dogs of war?
Damn it.
What? I'm not trying to pun there. That's what I think they were going for. I mean, I don't think we should fear those tanks, though. You know why? Their bark's worse than the bite.
There we go.
I'm told to sleep with one eye open. Anyways, what's the quest right? Oh, that's right. We're still doing the bonfire lighting.
No, we're searching for gears.
Ah.
We're searching for the gears of war.
Ah! For the war machine?
There you go. Well, the second season of one of my favorite anime was directed by the guy who directed Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and created a lot of scenes for it, including Junk Warrior Scrap Fist. What was the series?
Yeah, what was the series then?
Because I'm blanking on who was the director for 5Ds. Granted, it wouldn't surprise me if Junk Warrior's Scrap Fist was, in its motions, was homaging another anime series. I mean, look at all the Masami Obari references in Forest Gridman. Sifo Gear G. Huh.
Yeah, Katsumi Ono, that's the guy's name.
Ah.
Or like, at least the... That's what the Wikipedia list says his...
Achievement, level 10. And at level 10, you can pick your class specialization. For mage, you either do arcane damage, fire damage, or frost damage is your specialty. Frost damage is actually the best one, as you have better party... enemy control, as you can slow or stop them. Fire burns them alive, so they also do damage over time. And Arcane has, well, insane power. But not as much as Frost can deal because of that area control. It's actually a toss-up between whether Frost or Arcane is the better one to specialize in.
Need assistance? Alrighty then.
They are up with managed push towards Frostmane retreat. Our forces will soon be put in position to dwindle down the Frostmane trolls' reserves, leaving their village open to attack. That's where the Namran Covert Ops team comes in. Their technicians have figured out a way to deploy operatives behind enemy lines without alerting the Frostmanes to our presence. Head to Steel Grill's depot just northeast of town and speak with Delbur Cranktuttle. Who comes up with these names?
Random war generator?
And it feels like it. Yeah, just to go off the level rankings. You can actually do these achievements multiple times, obviously, because different characters. Cataclysm, because this is a reversioning of the level for after Cataclysm, has brought our enemies closer to home, so the Chief of Namran Covert Operations asked me to build a device to dispatch personnel quickly and quietly to any corner of Dun Moreau. Use ultra-safe personal launcher deployed to Frost's main retreat.
Very well, then.
Okay, so where's this personnel transporter?
Isn't that...
Oh.
Whoa! And then I got high. And superhero landing.
I didn't even notice the backpack.
Interesting.
I feel like the exams won't stay with you for more than a few minutes. All in all, it's not a bad way to get where you're going. Yeah, right. Parachute just needs some work, though. Very late deployment. Oh. Oh.
Oh, no. Oh.
Look at that.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. I mean, he was always told that he was going to make a real impact on the world.
Dude! Too soon!
At least my jokes are grounded in reality.
Damn it, man.
Oh, and he's also dead, so... No, he's not dead, Davis. He's clearly sleeping. For a very, very long time.
Lay Batak the Berserker and 5 Frostbane warriors in Frostbane retreat. Use the signal flare to call in airstrikes at the northern and southern ends of the Frostbane retreat.
It's a pretty engaging campaign so far.
Use the viewpoint equalizer on 5 Frostbane builders in Frostbane retreat. But yeah, that was kind of the point of Cataclysm, to pretty much shore up the early game, because they didn't give the greatest amount of exposition or, you know, cohesive narrative focus on the early side stages. And yet, when they started improving their narrative quality with Wrath of the Lich King, they realized, hey, we can go back and do this with the main game. So they went back and did it with the main game. So now it all flows a bit more naturally as a story of a world. Instead of being, here's some quests. There are things that happen in them.
Okay, so Davis.
Yeah.
Looking on Twitter. Power Rangers official Twitter. Don't worry, the ball may drop, but the Power Rangers will never drop the ball. And then this guy retweeted with, they have for the past 8 years.
Yeah, I kind of think dropping the ball counts committing genocide of your entire freaking planet.
Never let anybody...
Never let them forget that.
It's like, you may like Dino Charge, but an entire planet of people are dead now. I don't care if it comes back with dinosaurs on it. That happened. This is canon to the entire franchise now. But seriously though, like, I know I was making jokes about on that dead guy's expense, but that was really great visual gag stuff right there.
Again, why I don't have issues with, like other people do, with the Cataclysm changes, because they improved a lot of crap.
What did they change in Cataclysm?
Cataclysm was where they basically redid the entire world map from the original game. It was an entire expansion that brought Deathwing into things.
Right.
Expanded the level cap from 80 to 85, and then allowed for flying in the main world, because you couldn't use flying outside of Outland and Northrend originally. And they rebooted all of the starting areas so they had stronger narrative focus.
Bless you.
People complain about it not having a lot of content for moving forward, but I can't exactly complain about it because they rebooted and redid the first 60 levels while upgrading the visual quality of everything.
Like, Cataclysm's intent may not even have been to add more stuff as it was to go back, make the old stuff even better. So for the people who are just now jumping on, it's like they're not getting a secondhand experience, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if secondhand is the best word to use, but, you know...
It's like, as it is right now, the art style is dated, a bit dated, but it honestly feels consistent between all the expansions. It's like, it's not... Aside from having all the game data on your computer, it's no longer process of intensive, because as it was previously, if they tried to upgrade it anymore, people would be able to play it whatever, no matter what. Honestly, the only thing I really want from them in a future expansion or update is give us more variety in hairstyle and facial construction. Like, they had a bunch of it with Wrath of the Lich King, and yet for Cataclysm, a lot of it felt like it got gutted.
Oh my god. This is from 2 weeks ago, but guess what's coming back for a 7th time, Davis? Tremors.
Why are they still making Tremors movies?
When Tremors A Cold Day in Hell was terrible.
Why did you add Jamie Kennedy to this?
Why are you filming in South America? I know why you're filming in South Africa, but why did you, like, totally lie? I'm sorry, like, I can't get over this. A Cold Day in Hell presented an interesting idea. What if graboids were in ice? Okay, giant killer death ice worms. I want to see that movie. And what we got was a total lie. Because
it's like, the first 3 movies are good, but the third movie is only good because it leads into a pretty interesting Monster of the Week series that got canned for Battlestar fucking Galactica.
And, like, yeah, when you're looking at A Cold Day in Hell, do it a directorial trope, I guess is the word, but do it one trope with movie and film directing that I absolutely hate. We're gonna pretend this is a nighttime scene by putting a different shade over the filter.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's clearly cold outside because everything's blue.
Blue Mondays from now on.
It's like, no, it's clearly hot outside. I can tell by looking at the surroundings. That's not cold. You know what I mean? It's something that you only really notice when you're around cold areas for most of your life, but I know chilly when I see it. That wasn't chilly. That was just a bunch of people wearing, you know, heavy winter gear while...
I'm out of range.
At least with, you know, with Bloodlines, they presented the idea of graboids, but, you know, regional variants, you know what I mean? As opposed to evolution-based one.
Yeah, ones that would have evolved over time to suit their environment. Problem is, the entire point of the original Tremors is that these things awoke after centuries.
Right.
Their life cycle takes thousands of years to go through the maturation process. And the current times were just at a point where there was a high activity.
Like, I'm sorry. Davis?
What?
No, but back on topic. I just
Pleased to meet you.
I hate movies that lie to the audience.
Yeah.
And not even in a plot twist way, but in a I'm gonna show the trailer shows one thing, but when you go to see the movie, it's not even remotely close to what you're expecting.
Yeah.
Like there's a like you can tell when a movie is doing its job right of keeping a plot twist hidden when the movie you watch is very close to what the trailer promised, but it'll let that like a key detail. What's a good example of that in recent memory that outright lied to the audience?
Dimensions in Danger.
That's a good example, yeah.
Because it made us think that it was actually going to be about Wes.
But then you're like,
no,
no.
It's just another Tommy Oliver story.
Because everybody loves Tommy Oliver, but
except the people who hate him.
But what about other characters? You will like Tommy Oliver or you will die.
Oh.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
Oh. Oh, man. You are at death's door right now.
And this is why you do frost specialization.
I love frost specializations. As you guys probably saw if you ever checked out the Diablo streams, I love me some frost beams.
I am not in frickin' combat.
Pleased to meet you.
Oh, I guess that guy's just dropping in. The dead guy's still there. Like, but shouldn't you take care of that body?
That guy's not a bug, he's a feature.
A feature? That man had
a feature of the landscape.
Oh. Is that another guy? Oh, Davis. Davis.
Yeah.
It literally just happened. I think another body just dropped. It literally came in and plopped on the ground.
Let the bodies hit the
floor. Oh my god. So we're off to next.
Amberstill Ranch.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Meanwhile, in the tool shed.
Hey. I'm motoring. Okay, what's going on over here?
You want your rams back? Come get them, cowards.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, we have already done 50 quests.
So now do we just defend the farm?
Oh, we gotta find out what we do here. Reports on sending Captain Theron can't really convey the amount of trouble the Frost Mains have created for us. Yeah, I bet. Then Amberstill Ranch.
So, yeah, this story's evolved from coming out of the underground to facing off these Frost guys.
Yep.
That's an idea for a story. An ice teacher who actually has a warm personality.
I'm Mr. Nice Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow.
Well, it's ice. Yeah. It's like he gives you a hug, but he doesn't know how to control his power, so you just get frozen solid. It's like, give me a hug. Don't do it.
Safe travels. What's on your mind?
Recover 6 stolen rounds from the Tundred Hills by using #whistle or /whistle.
Watch your back.
What if it was an actual? What if it wasn't the animal rams, but a bunch of ram trucks?
Feet on the ground.
Oh, just break the setting. Wrong way. There we go. Ice Claw Bears.
My God. I saw like a skeleton of a giant prehistoric bear at the Field Museum the other week. Yeah, apparently bears used to get really, really big.
So it had giant bear hands?
Yeah, it had some bare arms. No, the species is called the short-faced bear. Imagine like a grizzly bear, but like at least 2 times bigger. For a second there, I thought it said roasted.
Nope, rooted.
So rooted means you can't move?
Rooted means I'm momentarily paralyzed, yes.
Run away from the bear! They eat gnomes for breakfast. And then dwarves for dinner. What about brunch?
We don't talk about brunch. Eh.
Oh yeah, they finally released a promo image of the upcoming Devil May Cry stage play.
Really?
Yep. With Ryoma Baba as Dante. So, Blue Buster.
That is funny because
he's the last guy I would expect to play Dante.
No, it's just a... And I'm using meta reference considering Johnny on Bosch and I'm forgetting the guy's name now.
Ruben Langdon?
No. Quantum Ranger.
Daniel Southworth?
Daniel Southworth were all previous Power Rangers actors, part of the Devil May Cry series. And so now we got a Sentai actor helming it. Damn it.
Oh my god. Sony made a Smash Ultimate tier list for who does and who doesn't do drugs.
Better than, it can't be worse than the, who can say fuck tier of it.
In Rehab, we have Bowser, Solid Snake, Captain Falcon, Daisy, and Mewtwo.
Well, obviously Mewtwo is there because he's seen some things. And some stuff. He wouldn't recommend it.
They listed Dr. Mario as a crackhead.
No, he's a crack supplier.
Listen here. I am the drug kingpin of this whole kingdom, Peach. You can't do anything to me.
Well, obviously, that's why he made himself look like Mario. To hide out from the Popo.
Packing order.
Pretty much, yeah.
Work complete.
Man of Steel. It's hard being a god that's superior to everyone and it was in no way earned. I'm so alone. Into the Spider-Verse, meanwhile, says, we are all Spider-Man. Anyone can wear the mask and it always fits. Eventually.
He's Spider-Man! He's Spider-Man! You're Spider-Man! I'm Spider-Man! Are there any other Spider-Man I wish we need to know about?
I'm the emissary of hell. Spider-Man!
I'm out of here.
Davis, did you not know it was dangerous to ride bikes indoors?
It does that for all types of mounts.
I was referencing Professor Oak.
I know you were referencing Professor Oak. I was trying not to engage.
I love how this human, like, just spawns out of nowhere. It's like, I live a cursed existence. My only task is to drive this gnome around on a cycle. Help me. Also, David, this is not Skyrim.
Yeah, I can't climb the mountains even though it's telling me to. Ah, there we are.
Back to the cave. Oh gosh.
Time to summon a water elemental. He is our trusted companion. Why are you not attacking? There you go.
And it's dead.
Work complete.
And Vagash is dead.
I took
Oh
his
god!
setting.
I'm cursed! Help me, please! Oh. I'm pretty sure that whoever those people are fine. We're here.
What's on your mind? Off with you.
And we just took the rancher's trousers.
But
they're the wrong trousers.
I wear the pants in this family now.
Now we're off to the quarry.
Be good.
Ori.
Oh yeah, I remember this place.
Whoa, man.
You got my attention.
Mining wasn't the only thing going on in the quarry, you know. I led a team of Explorers League excavators. Me, recovering priceless ancient artifacts. I managed to escape, but my colleagues were much deeper in the mine and didn't survive the initial Trog attack. They took great pride in their work and they risked their lives to learn more of our history. If you're going to get into the mines, take this pick with you and see if you can find anything in the digs the prospectors started.
Watch your back. What can I do for you? Off with you.
That's the other thing, I'm missing rings. Robe. Staff. Offhand. Put that in there. I think that's helpful. Joker. That's what I've been missing.
How are ya?
Oh, hey, this guy. Blasted trogs, turning my work site into a wreck. Look at that. There goes another bear of power. Oh, I wish I could go down there and wring every one of their scrawny little necks. I want to kill them all. It'd be good for my health. All the stress and anger. What have they left me with? Nothing. I'll kill them myself, but maybe it's no good anymore. You go into the court and kill some of the filthy buggers. I'll pay you. Just hurt them. Kill them.
I think he wants us to negotiate a peace treaty with them.
Crush, kill, destroy, swag. Having that thing happen again where I'm falling asleep while playing. I don't know why it keeps happening.
Get into a zen state of mind, man. The WoW experience just comes over you. Also, it's gloomy outside, and I tend to get more sleepy on gloomy days.
Yeah. Been happening a lot lately.
Then a relaxation, maybe?
I don't think so.
Either way, you got a cape.
Of course. Mages always need capes.
What if a mage doesn't have a cape? Then that's not a
They need a beard.
What if they can't afford a beard?
How can you not afford a beard? They grow on their own.
Well, like, what if you, like, I don't know, maybe your genetics said, nope, sorry, you need to pay extra for the beard.
I like Fafa on Glove and Boots.
Yeah. They must all die.
Yeah, like the rest.
Listen to the voice inside your head, man. They deserve this.
That reminds me, I need to get the flight point before we leave here.
So, does this water elemental have a name?
Not. I don't think we can rename him, which is a sad thing.
So... Oh, I know its name. It's Hierophant Green.
Really? A JoJo's reference?
More likely than you think. Oh, you can't tell me that there's not a JoJo's reference somewhere in this world.
There's a Marty McFly reference. There's a Robin Williams reference.
Wasn't there a Minecraft reference or something in WoW at one point?
Not sure.
If not a Minecraft reference, I know there was like a... There's a ton of pop culture references in WoW, aren't there?
Yep.
Mainly as Easter eggs, right?
Yep.
Oh no, it was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference, I think.
There's a red versus blue reference. Two teams stuck in a box canyon. What do you fucking do?
I mean, like, that familiar really is your stance since it's really close to you.
How are they trapped? Hey, dudes!
Okay, I know, Davis. I know how they're trapped. Very...
Carefully. Like, dudes, save yourselves.
But I can't, man. Why? The programming won't let me. Rockjaw Bone Snapper.
Roll fizzle beef.
Raul Julia. Wait, Raul Julia's here? Dude, that guy's sleeping. Aw, man.
Here there.
What's on your mind?
That is one ugly mug.
Yep.
So, in your experience of playing WoW, who was your favorite boss? Like somebody that gave you a true challenge that made you feel like you did something awesome at the end of it.
That's the problem, is since I've been a solo player for so long, solo players don't really get a chance to do much of the dungeon grinding, but I definitely felt there were a few that were satisfying to actually take down. Blanking on the names because it's been so long.
Talk to me.
Definitely think Gul'dan is high on that list simply due to the historical relevance of the character.
You got my attention.
Work complete.
Lockjaw Skull Thumper. Bone Snap. Snapper? Snapper? Snapper. Bone Snapper. Bone Snapper. Second one. I think the problem might be we just need to stop doing these streams so early.
Yeah.
I know it's the afternoon, but we're night shift, so we sleep in the mornings. Oh, there's the skull thumpers.
Gulbalor Quarry. So, needless to say, a lot of action scenes must be filmed here.
Yep.
You know, there would be a funny gag if, like, action scene in a Toku series is being filmed, and then the hero looks over to the side, and they see the Super Sentai Team of the Year fighting in the same quarry, like, wait, when did you guys get here?
If there ever going to be another Kamen Rider Super Sentai crossover, that would be the perfect setup.
I mean, come on, like, you mean to tell me that, like, at no point in time, like...
Then again, that is what they kind of did with the Gaim and Tokyuger Spring Combining Special. Like, one monster shows up, both the groups show up to it, and then as they're doing the transformations, they look and see the other doing so. Like, I'm negative on Tokyuger, I'll admit that is hilarious.
Safe travels.
Well met.
What's on your mind? Off with you.
Conjure Refreshment. Conjures mana food for you and your allies. Conjure items appear logged out for more than 15 minutes. Conjured mana cookies. There they go. Restores 100% health, 100% mana over 20 seconds. Must remain seated while drinking. Yeah, this is another reason why you gotta play why somebody has to play a mage. You conjure your own foodstuffs.
Oh, that's awesome.
They are seriously a credit to the team. Well, not you in specific, just in general. Mages are really awesome like that. Another thing they can do eventually? Teleporters.
You got my attention. Watch your back. What can I do for you? See you soon.
Why is that pickaxe still there? How about the lake? Oh, I know where this is going.
Lake Placid 2?
Yes.
So we're going to be fighting a giant alligator? Awesome. I love the water familiar trying to keep up. He's like, hey man, don't leave me behind. Okay, I'm just going to be behind. Oh, no, I'm back again. Oh, look at it. He's trying to be your friend.
He thinks it's people.
That's mean.
Dude, I've seen its boss.
That thing has a boss?
Well, yeah, all water elementals come from something.
Then who's his boss?
Very scary.
Like, nightmare fuel?
No, it's just, they end up just resizing that pallet, but it's kind of intimidating at that size.
Keep your feet on the ground. Well met. How are you? See you soon. What can I do for you?
Yeah, this is just a paired kill and rescue mission.
Is the guy's name? Is the guy's name Toulon?
I believe so.
Yeah, because this dude looks intimidating.
Then again, Battle for Azeroth has added a bunch of Eldritch God, or will be adding a bunch of Eldritch God things for their big bosses.
Is that a bed searcher?
Yep.
What does that mean?
Lake bed.
Ah.
Water elementals, remember?
Right. I would not have picked the gnome to be, like, mainly in an ice region, though. I would thought it would be more like a woodland critter adventure.
Not wrong. I would... No, we're just going the right way.
Great to meet you. No.
A cadre of Dark Iron spies has taken over the Iron Band's compound. Mountaineers are normally able to keep them from getting into Dumro, but everything is in disarray right now. And the Dark Iron dwarves are actually recruitable in Battle of Azeroth.
Be good.
So now we gotta go around the lake.
I need to target something first.
Yeah, we should be too much further from finishing this, should we?
Yeah. Might just wrap it a bit early because we're close to the end of the starting areas. Like, if I'm gonna do Dwarf later, then it's gonna be, like, a lot of the same.
Right.
Because sometimes the starting zones just intersect.
Right, like, there's... Unlike... those wolf guys, what were their name again?
Worgen.
The Worgans. At least that had, like...
Oh yeah, that was heavily isolated off because that was part of a new expansion. This, however, is a rehashed base level.
So there's only so much different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That guy just came charging at you like, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him.
Now I just need to get their plans, see?
The plan, see? Or the big guy gets it.
I found a treasure chest.
That's my supplies. No, not anymore, it's not.
I learned a passive effect. Shatter. Multiplies the critical chance of your spells against frozen targets by 1.5% and adds an additional 25% critical strike chance. Talent stable's not open yet.
Complete.
I'm standing right on top of it. Oh, it's the guy that just died. But yeah.
I see tombs. Do we gotta save those people?
We already did.
Ah.
That was the previous quest.
How are you?
Get to the airfield?
Back to the airfield.
On the ground.
Gotta get back. Back to the past. Back to the airfield.
Samurai Gnome.
No. Safe travels.
Board the flying machine.
A flying machine?
Well met.
Well, you see, my poor friend, people can't fly. Flying's a myth. Like North Dakota.
Great to meet you. Be good.
Isn't it right in front of you?
Goldborg Quarry is back here. Yeah, I need to take a flying machine up over there so I can actually get north. Because it's kind of locked off. There we are. There's the flying machine.
A flying machine. Whee!
I love this thing is it's like that one ultralight James Bond used in that one movie.
When he did that one thing with that one person.
It was a Sean Connery movie.
I know what you're talking about, but I forget.
You only live twice, that's it.
That's what it was, yeah. Bum ba da bum 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 ba da bum ba da bum bum. I'm flying. Did we forget to mention these flying machines are only one way? What does it mean, one way?
Oh, they fall apart when you arrive. So we have to build it all over again.
That seems not very cost effective. It really isn't. I'm actually in super bankruptcy right now.
What's on your mind?
For bankruptcy?
It's like regular bankruptcy, only the bank takes my leg every time I forget a payment.
Now we head south to speak with the commander of the airfield. Oh look, it's a biplane.
Biplane. So yeah, we're at level 14, so like
You got my attention.
5 major story quests or something.
Wrap up. Using the firefighting equipment, extinguish 6 fires at the Ironforge airfield.
Watch your back.
Someone got assaulted. Then again, it's amusing that the dwarves are responsible for the Azerothian Air Force.
The dwarves are?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Also, that bird tank's pretty awesome. Though I didn't think a bird tank would be a best match.
Just have to try it out.
Fire, da, 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 I'll take you to burn. Da, da, da. So who set all these fires?
That's a very good question.
Couldn't walk over there? You just had to summon up this poor soul of a chauffeur.
Oops, went too far.
Hi. Safe travels.
Oh, no. One extinguishing short. Work.
Work complete. How are ya?
There we go. Plant 8 Ironforge banners and mounds of loose snow throughout the Ironforge airfield. Okay.
But don't people already know this is your airfield? We want to make sure they really understand.
I'm out of range.
All of these snow. Loose snow. Here it is. Nope.
Oh, we got a new person in the chat.
Yeah, he hasn't said anything. Three more. Here we go.
See me rolling.
They hate me.
Why? Oh, because I keep exploding everybody with my beam.
Finger beams.
Now, how can such a small gnome contain such power?
Hi.
Davis, I swear to fucking God.
Gnomish magic.
Safe travels.
Dark Iron attacker slain. Drop an iron hammered bomb on attacking Dark Iron forces in the Iron Forge airfield. Only works while airborne or repaired
So we're
bomber.
bombing airfields now?
Yep.
Damn. This story went hardcore.
This is why I like Cataclysm. It added these kinds of things.
So we don't have to control the plane, right? We just have to drop the bombs, right?
Somebody set up us the bomb, yes.
I can't use that attitude.
Dang. Drop him.
It's still recharging.
Kill them all. Kill them all.
It's not ready yet.
Just play Flight of the Valkyries over this, am I right?
Dun 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 dun.
Dang. They never saw it coming.
It's still recharging.
Whoosh.
It's not ready yet.
And then there were none. Well, technically still there were lots, but I did my quota.
Only 30? I know you could kill at least 30 more.
I gotta complete the entire circuit before it lets me off.
Ah, just a relaxing day of flying. Oh God, we're all dead down here. Just a relaxing day of flying.
Crashed into another plane. No, we just clipped through them. How's that be even possible?
How are ya?
Kill General Grimax, the Iron Forge airfield.
You're back.
Grimax, not Grimlock.
Nope. Because that would be copyright infringement. Or trademark infringement.
Grimlock TM. I love the quota. The quest is like, one General Grimax slain. Like a shopping list. That's him right there?
There he is. No.
That's a dark iron.
Yeah. He's in the golem.
Long live the dark iron!
Then he gets out of the robot suit.
And then we just repeatedly kick him in the shins, right?
Yep.
Oh god, I'm dead. Oh, finally a question after a while.
Who do we main in Smash?
I
like Lucario.
I've been getting a lot, like I've used a Link a whole lot during my playthrough of the World of Light, so I don't know if I want to main him, but he'll definitely be on my go-to list. I mean, especially since his side smash like can hit twice now, and it is proven to have the highest damage output of any side smash.
I'm also really partial to sword wielders and Samus. Oh, wow. Samus with a laser sword.
Oh.
My attention.
Now those Dark Iron Warriors end up here on the doorstep Fireforge, the verge of invading our city. That feels like an Aurora Borealis line.
It's like
Empress Moira, a member of our esteemed Council of Three Hammers, ruled the Dark Iron.
The Moira.
This kind of happened without her knowledge and consent. There was no right to take band of rebel dwarves. This was no boating accident. But a well-organized and fully equipped invasion force. I have prepped to report on the battle for the airfield, taken to Ironforge to the high seat and confront her. Oh yeah, the Dark Iron War.
It's like, sir, what's that? Nothing. It's the Aurora Borealis. The Aurora Borealis? World of Warcraft, but it's just steamed hams. What's the Alliance King's name again?
Which one? They're kind of running through them.
Who's the most famous king?
Varian is the one that comes to mind.
Varian, yeah. Alright, King Varian, I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon.
Actually, that's what we should make John do. Watch Warcraft, the movie. I actually get Warcraft the movie. I know a lot of people don't, but it is...
No, like, because of Davis here, I actually enjoyed the Warcraft movie. But I can see why it didn't do well at the box office, because, though, like...
It was definitely more made for fans, in that they know this lore.
Right, like, for fans who know the lore, it was a pretty decent adventure, but...
For those that didn't, it felt a bit impenetrable. Like,
right.
I could totally get that.
Yeah. Which is a real shame, because the props and everything, like, they did for the set designs, like, they did a pretty bang-up job.
And they didn't make it just a movie about the Alliance fighting the evil orcs. No, the orcs were complex and interesting in their own rights, which is how the two campaigns can go. Like, I know I mainly play Alliance, but I know there's stuff on the Horde side that's supposed to be really interesting. I should build a Blood Elf at some point and just go through that side. Because I actually can now, because they raised the character cap per server to 18. So you can actually play one of each class on one side, and then 8 different classes on the other, or split it 9 and 9. Like, maybe make a Blood Elf Demon Hunter or something. Then have the not Demon Knight, Death Knight, go one side or the other. Oh, that might be a good idea to do. Then again, because empty skies can work for either side. Mountaineer Barleaper. Oops. Wrong way. That's another thing about the cities. It is easy to get lost. The High Seat of the Council. Burdin Bronzebeard, the leader of Ironforge. Falstad Windhammer, the Lothhammer clan. And Moira Thorisian, Dark Iron representative.
The Alliance has need of our sorcery.
Is the meaning of this intrusion. What is this? The Ambassador's betrayal will long haunt me. You must arrest him before he can do further harm, or worse, before he can escape and start planning the next attack. Go to the Dark Iron Embassy and use the sturdy manacles to arrest Ambassador Slyhammer.
May your hammer strike true.
Huh. Okay, that's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, I've known about the Dark Iron Dwarves for a while and how they had kind of a Civil War thing, but I didn't know they were actually part of the Council still because I haven't really played through any of the Ironforge quest lines. Yeah, they're the ones that run the Blackrock Forge. Rest Ambassador Slyhammer.
Oh, it's not. Oh man, it's not Sledgehammer.
Slyhammer, yeah. I go willingly, mage. My purpose of my master's plan is fulfilled. Oh, right, because they're serving the elementals. Okay, so... Okay, yeah, so I just gotta drag him... Where? Arrest the ambassador and bring him to the high seat of the council.
Oh, we're in Ironforge now. Awesome.
Yeah, we've been in Ironforge for a little bit. I have seized the ambassador already. Great. Did the quest hang?
Well, I'm listening.
Yeah, the quest hanged. Oh, there we go.
Work complete.
Yeah, he's being taken away.
The mountain lends us its strength.
Okay. Now, there's stuff at the front of Ironforge that I'm going to take a look at, but that's basically it. Oh, right, talents. This is a system they implemented in place of previous skill points, and you could swap between these talents as you go along to just improve your play experience. Bone Chilling. Whenever you attempt to chill a target, you gain Bone Chilling. Increasing spell damage you deal by 0.5% for 8 seconds, stacking up to 10 times. Lonely Winter. Replaces summon Water Elemental. You can no longer summon your Water Elemental, but Frostbolt, Ice Lance, and Flurry deal 25% increased damage. Ice Nova. Cause a whirl of icy wind around the enemy, dealing 156 frost damage to the target and 39 frost damage to all our enemies within 8 yards. Freeze them in place for 2 seconds.
I would go with Icy Nova.
I think it improves Frost Nova, so yeah.
Okay, that was a cool little animation.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just a new spell, which works.
Well, that was pretty,
Yep.
Yep. So, what next?
I'm going to go to the front of the complex to just see what's up there. I'm going down into a crypt. Wrong way.
That's where the Crypt Keeper is. And some weird guy in a top hat named Moarte.
So yeah, these are seasonal. World of Warcraft in-game has a long list of seasonal holiday events. What do you think is underrepresented ability in fiction? What do you think is the ability that used way too much in fiction? Physical power augmentation is used too much, and I think cyberpathy is, like, way underrepresented. Like, you know, being able to interface directly with technology.
Like, upgrade?
Not like that. Like, you can access remotely things by connecting to them with your mind.
Oh, it's sort of like,
like a remote jack-in.
Oh, it's sort of like a Ghost in the Shell type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was always pretty cool.
Great Father Winter is here. You browse your seasonal wares. Wrapping paper. Gaudy winter veil sweater. I'm buying this just for the silliness. Oh god, it's an achievement. Proud owner of the 2011 Village Winter Veil gift, the Gaudy Winter Veil sweater. Why do they have that running in 2000? You know what? I don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know. It's a sweater. The best time to wear a striped sweater.
Your clothes, gingerbread, cookie, wrapping paper.
Why do you
snowballs?
Do they have fruitcake? Everybody loves fruitcake.
Nobody likes fruitcake. It's like candy corn. They just kept making them, and now all they do is just re-gift the same fruitcakes. He knows you've been naughty. Open one of the presents underneath the window of the loyal tree once they are available. Yeah, I've never actually logged on during Christmas to World of Warcraft, so new for me.
Great to meet you.
Bring 5 gingerbread cookies and ice cold milk to Great Father Winter in Ironforge.
Yo. Hurry back.
I hate it when it does that.
Oh, do I have a deal for you?
Keep it real. Can I show you my wares?
Green proof, fruit. Yeah, fruitcake right there.
That guy's on a cloud.
Yep. Get that from Pandaren.
The Mist of Pandaria.
Great Father Winter's Hearthstone. Returns you to Nomran, speak for a different place, change your home location. So it's a duplicate Hearthstone. Interesting.
Okay, that's a giant mount.
Oh yeah, these are rare. Because they have traders on the sides, they actually cost a ridiculous amount of money.
So, it seems like we're going to be wrapping up pretty soon, aren't we?
Yep.
What can I
Well,
damn it, Matt. On.
Oh, no, I was going to say, Davis, the joke that I've been saving, there's no place like Gnome.
One day, Matt. One day you will pun too deeply.
I think I've already hit the pun event horizon ages ago.
I have no idea where to get the gingerbread cookies for this seasonal quest.
Also, what is this, Dinotopia? Oh, look at that good boy over there.
Oh, recipe, gingerbread cookies, duh. I don't have cooking on this character.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so much for that.
Glad I could help.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be it for this, because no, not much of a point in going much farther.
Because we kind of saw, like, the climax of the Gnome storyline. You know what?
Yeah, and then it's just off to different sects of the game. Admittedly, the gnome story does climax and take you back to Nomoran, but you can basically do that.
Yeah, it's sort of like you've seen it once, you've seen it all kind of thing.
Yeah. So we will, like I said, we will be playing the early starting levels for all of the Alliance races. We're not going to be doing the Horde ones, as I haven't really played Horde, so don't want to advertise us doing that. But as we get closer to actually starting up, Matt and I streaming this regularly with the main story stuff and actually doing characters we're going to last through with stuff, we will be opening up, advertising, and doing a video on, getting people to actually join us into doing this. So if any of you are actually interested in joining us, we'll set you up with a 30-day free trial through the Refer a Friend system, and then leave it up to you if the game would be would interest you in going with us any farther. No big deal if you don't want to, but you know, it's like the free trial thing is so you just can
at least you can say that
get a bit more than the starter account thing, because you can play freely almost everything up to level 20. So it's like if you want to try out the up to level 20 stuff before possibly joining us, please go ahead, because World of Warcraft runs and everything, but it doesn't run well on all computers. You kind of need a bit of a higher spec and a bit more storage space than you might want to use or have available. So,
at the very least, it'll be if you've never played an MMO before, this will be a great way for you to at least say that you did.
And sometimes introductions to MMOs are a bit better when you have a support system built in with other players to just game with. So, like I said, we'll be focusing more on getting people involved in that later in 2019. But for now, we're just doing advertisement stuff with all the race abilities stuff and stories for them. So that's it for us today. Have a happy New Year. Hope your New Year's Eve goes well. We're off to get food and do movies. So we'll see y'all later.
See ya.